W9 GOL monitoring. Just realized I probably should have introduced this video before I did. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, West Central Illinois, and I'm running my ICOM 2730. Just the first time I tried it, I'll probably cut a little bit of that in between out. I was working the repeater up here in Macomb, which is probably about 15 miles from here, something like that, running on 15 watts. Hit it just fine, came back just fine, but no one was apparently on because I didn't get a call back. So we can try the 2-meter calling. Chances are there's not going to be really too much around here that not going to be too many people around here that are going to be monitoring that. There's a few other repeaters I could try. Not really sure how active they're going to be. It is a Saturday, so that might help. But I tried W9 SSP, which is one of the bigger ones around here. It's located around the biggest city, and didn't get anything on it. But that's a 2-meter. I can try 440, but again, as I lived around here for 2 years, I didn't really hear much on the 440 machine. So we can try going for Carthage, but that's about probably about the same distance actually. So I could probably hit it with medium power. I keep meaning to do a video talking about this radio, because I did one on my Baofeng that's at the house right now, but I haven't really talked about the ICOM that I have in my truck. I really like this radio. It's a nice radio. It's got good sound to it. I wish the speaker had a little more power to it, but that's because I usually got a lot going on in here sound wise. And again, I'd like to point out I'm not using any hands for this. I'm not breaking any laws that I'm aware of in the state of Illinois. But it is the state of Illinois, so they might have put one on the other night that I don't know about. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I've been meaning to do a video as well, kind of talking about why I got my license, why I got into all of this. And I got about, I don't know, 15 more miles to drive, so I got time. I've had a little bit of interest in communication for probably about 10 years, something like that, probably a little bit more now. Sorry, I am turning. Started out, I've had a scanner for about 10 years, like I said, a little bit more than that. And it kind of turned into, I wanted to hear a little bit more, so I got better scanners. Like in this truck right now, I know I've shown it in videos before, I got a BCD 396 with a GPS on it, because I don't have it on right now, and to turn it on I'd have to move the phone that I'm recording this on, so, but, no, I've always just had an interest in listening to communication, and then I always had one in talking on it. I have a CB in the truck, I have one in my room, I have one pretty much everywhere that I am, but, if you're a radio person, you know there isn't much on CB anymore at this point. So I kind of wanted to go ham, but I never had the time, the money, or the availability, whatever, to go take the test. So it just kind of fell on the back burner, and I kept putting it off, and just never did. Well, this past summer, if you know me, you know that I had to graduate college, I had my internship with the McHenry County Emergency Management Agency, which, if you're not familiar with them, in north central Illinois, they have amateur equipment on site. The director and the assistant director both are licensed, and they've got a great setup there. I wish I would have been able to use it before I finished my internship, but unfortunately, nothing happened that we needed to. And it's a Aries Races repeater, so we could have done testing on it during their weekly net, but that was after hours, and I wasn't ever there because I lived an hour away. So I kind of, when I came into the internship, they talked to me about some things that I wanted to do over the course of the summer, and one of them was to work on my communications, because I've got some background in it, but none real official. Most of it is all self-taught that I've learned from either books or just sitting there with a radio and figuring it out. So I talked to them and asked them what they thought, whether it be something worthwhile for me to go after. And both of them said, absolutely, it's something that you would use. It's something that, if nothing else, looks good on a resume. And so I said, all right, let's go for it finally, after 6-7 years, whatever it is. So if you're familiar with amateur radio, you know about Field Day, which takes place every year. It's a contest day where you try and contact as many different areas, different people as you can in a given amount of time. In McHenry County in particular, they were focusing on emergency communications, meaning all of their equipment was powered by generators and was not using any permanent antennas or permanent power supplies, anything like that. So, unfortunately, McHenry County wasn't doing any testing, but DuPage County and the DuPage Amateur Radio Club, which is one of the ones that I had listened to for a long time, because their W9DUP 2-meter repeater was one of the strongest that would come into where I was in Hoffman Estates. So I would always listen to their nets on the nights that they happen, and they have one during lunch, so I would listen to that too. Back when I was first trying to figure out what I wanted to do with all of this. Sorry, I keep reaching up there for the air conditioner, because I'm in the sun, and it goes between being blazing hot and freezing cold. So anyway, so I went to their field day. It was in Elmhurst. They were doing a similar setup. I'm not exactly sure if they were doing all emergency power as well, but they were using all temporary antennas. They were set up in a city park, and I had taken the online tests, and I had studied for the test for years, and like I said, just never had the time, never had the money, never had the availability to go take it. Because I know Schaumburg Amateur Radio Club, they do testing, I think, every first Saturday in the month. But anyway, so I finally went and took it, and whatever. If that falls, oh well. So I went and did it, and I passed, obviously, and that was on early June. I can't remember now the exact date, but it was early June. It was one of the first weekends in June, and I was told by those who grade the tests that it would be in the database probably within a week. So check there. And of course, I took the test on a Saturday, so there was a little more time added in there. So I checked the database after a week. Name's not in there. Checked it again. Still not. I checked it every day. And apparently, I found this online through the ARRL website, that there was a problem with something in the ULS system. I don't remember if it was in the submission of applications or in the processing of it, something in there. And they were backed up on applications. Now, my birthday was coming up, and my parents were having the hardest time trying to figure out what they wanted to get me, because I don't really need anything. And I told them, get me a radio for the truck. That's something that I'm going to get anyway, either way. So if you really want to get me something, get me that. So, long story short, they did. My radio arrived around my birthday. It arrived the day before my birthday, actually. And my license finally got pushed through the system on July 12th. So I had my radio before I had my license. So I had my radio, and I couldn't even use it because I didn't have a license for it yet. But, and then after that, I like I said, I had the radio, and I couldn't use it because I didn't have an antenna for it. I have a VHF UHF 800 antenna on the scanner, but it's got a PL259 on it, so I can't, and I don't have a adapter. I'm too lazy to go buy one. So, and I wanted, that antenna is only for the scanner, and I wanted to get the ham set. Sorry about the sun, can't really control that. I wanted to get the ham set its own dedicated 2-meter 440 antenna. So I did. I went online, I bought a Diamond. It's a mag mount, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted to do NMO, but the mag mount was the easiest. I don't own this truck yet. Again, sorry about the sun. So I'm not real comfortable drilling holes in it yet, so I can't do a true NMO mount. But again, sorry, I'm turning. So I got a Diamond. I love the antenna. It's got great performance. I haven't had a problem with it. Back when I first got this radio and I was kind of testing out some of the settings, I was able to hit a 2-meter repeater on medium power from reported full quieting from about, I don't know, 20 miles or so. Not on low power, sorry. So I'm happy with it. It wasn't too expensive, and it's the same height as my scanner antenna. It's a Comtelco, and both of them I haven't had a problem with intermod on either of them on transmit. And I've got the ham antenna on that side, scanner antenna on this side, and then in the middle I got my CB antenna. I've had no problems with interference, no overloading, no problems, and I'm happy with it. Yeah. So I want to get, at some point, I want to get my general license so I can start doing some shortwave HF stuff. But for now, I don't really have the place to put an HF rig, because HF I feel is something that's better done at a base station rather than in a vehicle. And again, that's just my preference, but I don't know, that's in the future, probably pretty far in the future, because I've seen the prices of some HF rigs, and yeah, they're a little out of my price range, but you never know. So coming into town here, where the repeater is, just kind of, so I wouldn't have any problem hitting it now, but hitting it wasn't the problem. Getting someone to come back was. So I could try it again. on my way back in a little bit. I had to come in to get a couple things here in town. But yeah, I like I said, I want to do a more in-depth review of this radio, the 2730. Well, I get a chance. One major problem that I had, gears jump back up again. One major problem I had was that the radio didn't come with any of the mounting stuff, which not a big deal, because I don't have room in this truck. If you see my truck, you know this. I don't have room in this truck to mount it under the dash or anything, and I don't want to do it on top of the dash. I had my CB up there for a little bit, and I didn't like it because the cord hung down and blocked the control of the radio. So I took that out pretty quick. It was nice to be able to see it there, but you know, for all practicality, it's not very good. So I ended up getting a Magic mount, which again, I know this isn't the ideal thing to do, but I got a Magic mount from Walmart. It wasn't that much, like, I can't remember now, it's been a while. And basically it's an all magnetic mount, which you take off the magnet, peel off the sticky part, stick it on whatever you want. It's made for phones, but you can use it with anything. And I stuck that sticky back part onto the remote head for the radio, because the remote head I can, you know, have a little more flexibility with. And then the remote head, it's a windshield mount suction cup, like a standard GPS or whatever mount. So, and then I stuck it down here on my left side, on the driver's side. Stuck it on that side of the windshield, and I've had a little bit of problems with it falling off. Come on, old lady. But yeah, that's only been from high heat situations where that heats up and loses its suction. But yeah, other than that, I've had absolutely no complaints of it so far, and pardon. And yeah, but like I said, I'll do a more in-depth video on that later. But I'm at 20 minutes, so for now, thanks for watching, guys. Again, this is my new channel. I know I posted an update on my original channel. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. KD9GOL 73.